down towards 1 HP, ready for his troubles. He's going to try to sprint very, very fast away. Did have the assistance of Raz to protect him, but Complexity doing the damage on the board, they're going to be happy with that.
Yeah, it's a good start. I mean, they'd love the kill, but, you know, Ofnu is almost basically a kill. If they walk into the bomb site that he's at, he should go down very, very quickly, and would be surprising to see him get too much more done this round. Though, you know, he does have a USP in his hands, and we know how deadly that weapon can be on these pistol rounds. Complexity, though, they've played it a little bit slowly here. Just deciding to not take too much off that early advantage and try and work the map a little bit.
Yeah, just making sure that all the close corners are cleared before they move through. They don't want Winterfox sussing out where they're going, and they are going towards the B site. And Ofnu is the low HP member. The rest of Winterfox have stacked towards A. So Ofnu, if he can get a single kill, that's probably more than I guess they can expect right now. That he's going to communicate the Complexity are coming onto the site. And you can see he's going to take the deal. He's instantly going to take down Def just like that. He's going to be traded out, though. At the very least, a 1-for-1. And Winterfox do give up control, but Emag's got the 2 flashbangs.
Yep. It's going to be key, those flashbangs, really, right now, because if he can get a good flash onto someone, or if Raz can win this duel, then that could have been so big as well. But Raz forcing Surreal back, and he's going to have to go for the duel. Though APOC looks like he's going to go one better, does take down that player. And now it is just 3 versus 3, as we see another one drop for Winterfox, and just entering in towards the bomb site. Trades across the board here. APOC now on his own, and he will be taken down by Desi. Jason R as well, fighting 2 kills in that one. Good round for Complexity. Quite comfortable in the end.
Yeah, I mean, they were just able to get onto the site. I mean, Ofnu did go for 1-for-1, and on 1 HP, that was a lot better than we could already expect. And the Complexity, after taking control of the site, just able to hold down the lines, a double kill, helping out in the hands of Desi as well as Jason R. So Jason R, great start in towards the Pro League for Complexity. As, well, Winterfox have to just kind of debate whether they want to force up or just go for pistols.
I think at this point,
or just like stay on basic pistols, get body armor, maybe.
Well, what do you think Winterfox will do here? Because to me, they're not a team that necessarily always ecos or always forces. It just changes depending on the situation.
I think, well, they want to prioritize that AWP and Raz. So Raz is going to stay with whatever basic pistol he has. Unless he wants a rifle, then he'll force up maybe body armor as well as maybe a 5.7. For the rest of Winterfox, maybe a couple of pistols, maybe even Desert Eagles.
Yeah.
I like to see some body armor and Desert Eagles on the other members to, just at the very least, make Complexity feel a little bit uncomfortable. Try to take a few AK-47s out of their hands and make Complexity work for the round. These pistols can do serious damage, and there you have it. APOC's gone for the head armor as well as the Desert Eagle. He was able to get a couple of kills in the previous round, which is why he can afford the head armor and the deagle. Normally, you can't really do that if you haven't picked up a kill in the pistol. And well, he's going to swindle his way through smoke immediately. Def, HE grenading forward, but APOC, if he jumps up, might be able to catch ahead of Def. And there's one. He's also spotted out Surreal, tagging him down low, but won't be able to get the kill. Surreal gets the trade immediately afterwards, but he's down towards 10 HP.
Yeah, just needed one more person to get a little bit of a shot there into Surreal, and he would have been down. He will trade out his Bison for a UMP, which is obviously a good decision, but it's still not the weapon that he would want in his hands. He'd love to have an AK here. Still only 2 of them for Complexity at this point. If they can take those 2 AKs and maybe 1 UMP through to the next round, they will be obviously quite happy with how things have gone here. But Zuzi has managed to acquire himself that Bison. Emag was in a good spot there to get some damage done, but won't do all that much, and he will fall. And now Ofnu and Zuzi, the only 2 remaining here. Bison and the Deagle. What can they do? What more damage are they going to be able to get out here? Because they really do need to get maybe just 1 more kill in this round to feel probably pretty happy.
Well, Zuzi does tag Jason R a little bit, but Jason R just completely turns on him, gets the headshot, and Complexity, well, they lose the initial member from a great shot from APOC, but they clean up things very promptly afterwards. Jason R with 3 kills of the UMP. And, well, Complexity racing towards a 2-0 lead, as well as, I guess, an economical lead as well. Def has to be dropped that UMP, as on the side of Winterfox, this should be a full eco coming out. And Raz will have barely enough cash to force up a AWP in the next round. Otherwise, the rest of Winterfox will also have a lot of utility going to the first true buy round as well. So they have, in terms of just going for basic pistols, maybe or not APOC, but that's okay. You get APOC with a rifle and you try to support him as he goes for the kills. He loves playing aggressive and he can get those kills working out for him. At the same time, Complexity, it looks like that they're working in tandem quite well. Getting the first aim deals working in their favor. Jason are already racing towards a 5-0. Sure, it was, you know, anti-eco, but at the same time, picking up some impressive UMP kills.
Yeah, it'd be nice for him here to just get the ball rolling pretty early on in the piece, not feel under too much pressure to frag, which it seems, I think, like is what is happening right now. Now, the question for me is, for Winterfox, sort of where do they go from here? Because right now, obviously, they're not too bothered by how this is going. They've just lost the pistol round. That's not really too big of a deal. But if they lose the first gun round, obviously, they'll probably have that AWP in the hands of Raz. Then does the option become, do we take the double AWP out? Can they even take double AWP, really, with this roster? I mean, to me, none of those other players are amazing AWPers. I think Zeusie's picked up the AWP every now and then.
pick up the AWP as well.
They can all pick up the AWP, but to me, I don't think, you know, like, there are certainly some stronger double AWP setups around the place.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think going on towards this one, it'd be mainly in the hands of APOC, I think, dictating the play.
Right.
APOC in the buy round, he's going to go, all right, I'm going to pick up an M4, I'm going to play aggressive towards, you know, this position. And I think they're going to try and get Winterfox love taking the early B main control. Jason R's actually blinded out this time, but APOC can't find the headshot, which means Jason R, easy double kill. Well, he does eventually get taken out, gets a single kill only, but Android's there, ready to trade him out, and Ofnu now pressuring Android as well. Tag down even lower, but he gets shut down. And Raz, he picking up a UMP. Surreal is so low, but Zuzi's around from all sides with only a UMP. Can't do anything, and Android will clean up Raz eventually with another AK-47. Complexity, 3-0. Feels like the break's even longer than, I guess, the Complexity round so far, but otherwise on the side of Winterfox, it's just easy. Well, this is the round where they have to make things change up.
Yeah.
With the AWP, let's see where Raz goes with it. Maybe they'll push APOC somewhere as well. A lot of utility for them to use on the riflers, but not on Raz, obviously, trying to force up the sniper rifle. Surreal also has picked up the AWP as well, so hopefully he can make an impact in terms of Complexity. It's a good start. I mean, positive signs coming out from Android as well as Jason R. Those are the players that you kind of want to see the impact now coming out from.
There's been some pretty sort of successful anti-ecos here for Complexity. You could see how much money they had left at the start of this round, and they've already got basically what is a perfect buy into this one. So they will have definitely another buy into the next round here, even if Winterfox does win this one. But Winterfox, they have got a difficult round ahead of them, you know. They don't have that many utilities. They've got really only flashbangs and one smoke left here to delay those Ts. So Complexity in with a good shot at this one, I think. And if they do manage to kill all those Winterfox players, do manage to take them all out, it'll basically just force Winterfox back onto the eco and struggle street further and further ahead for them.
Well, Desi is just behind the crisscross of smokes that have been deployed by Complexity, but they are going to be stacking their way towards the A site. But all the members of Winterfox are primarily around the A site. You can see Raz just still holding truck. There begins the attack on the side in earnest. Zuzi, though, great to get the opening frag, but APOC's also supporting him as well. Android will drop the bomb as well after APOC does the damage, and, well, Complexity losing a couple early members. Raz will get an AWP pick as well from Truck, and Desi slowly sneaking his way up Highway. Needs to be able to do the damage. There's the Molotov just to block off a little bit of vision. I think they'll suspect that there's one towards Highway, and Desi's going to make first contact, but loses the aim deal against Ofnu, I believe it was. And it's all up to Jason R on 29 HP. 1 on 3. He's going to find Ofnu immediately. He was already low, and now dancing around the side. Also spotting out Raz, but EMAG will be able to clean things up just like that. And, well, all the members of Winterfox actually getting a kill apiece, so all chiming in and having a bit of fun.
Yeah, I mean, Winterfox there, they probably could have denied the bomb plan if they had have had an extra Molotov, an extra grenade, something like that. But because of the fact that they didn't have that much money to invest into this round, they weren't able to do that. Does give Complexity just a little bit more money to play with here. Of course, they're going to be basically fully investing into this round, and they may even have a buy next round by the looks of things. Depends how low we get. Yeah, maybe. But another important round here on the board for Winterfox. They need to pick this one up. They really need to start making some inroads into this first half, because the more rounds they lose early on the piece, the more difficult it is going to be to come back for it. And we know how quickly it can be for that T-side economy to just start to build up and balloon out and become such a massive problem for the CTs.
Absolutely, in Complexity, if they can keep as many of these AKs as well, even if they lose this round, as long as they do the damage and try to force Winterfox in towards these, you know, these poor weapons like the UMP and the FAMAS, it just makes Winterfox's life a little bit more difficult to try to hold onto the bomb sites, whereas for Complexity, they can kind of work, you know, with the Tech 9s, maybe even force up one AK-47 so far. You know, Jason R, he was the only person been making impact frags in the previous round. He needs the rest of his team to step up, especially Surreal with the AWP. If Surreal doesn't really work out, I believe Desi also can pick up the AWP, and he's been doing quite well, so I'd like to see that happening on the CT side, or maybe even the T side later on in the rounds.
Yeah, I think Cage, though, as well, is one of those maps where you can just go 5 rifle setup and charge into the bomb sites, and it works out quite nicely. It's not like you necessarily always need those picks from the AWPs. And Complexity here, we'll see whether or not they do decide to do that. Obviously not this round, as they do have the AWP in the hands of Surreal, but they've gained control of mid relatively easily, now making their way over towards the B bomb site, a couple through B halls. Does seem like a couple are going to head in through vent, but they do have Def here on the lurk, up through A short. And he could definitely take down a rotator right now.
Yeah, but Emag, back of checkers, had to do so much work, didn't really work out, and Jason R is going to be taken out by the... but Surreal, that's a lot better. Getting the 1-for-1 trade now, opting to hold it on the side. There's a flashbang, and the headshot on towards Desi, but Susie trying to peek out from heaven with the UMP. It's not going to work out. APOC now on the flank as the rest of Complexity just locking down the bomb site. And while Optimus going to be taken out eventually, they just had to play safe and sound. You can see Def eventually coming around behind through heaven. He goes, he's not here, guys. There's only one position he can be, and there's going to be flank if the bomb ever does go down. And Surreal may have just been spotted out by APOC. He's going to use a molly. This should be Surreal dying. Has to be. No! He does die, but he still gets the option towards APOC.
Yeah, that's not good for Winterfox. It seemed like every time they were getting a kill, every time they had or had the chance to equalize and then maybe overtake Complexity in terms of favor in that round, Complexity would just bite back with one kill at the most crucial of times, and that's really, really bad now for Winterfox. Their economy's reset. Complexity know it. They've got that Mac 10 on Desi, and well, this is probably going to be 5-1, which is really starting to become a problem for Winterfox. They need to get more rounds on the board right now.
Yeah, they're going to be trying to potentially counter boost mid, but you can see Def already coming very, very early on. APOC's going to be tagged down low. There's a Molotov. That should seal APOC's fate. No, he's going to be taken out, and well, Raz is going to take a bit more damage from the Molotov. I think Android's going to suspect this. He's going to push in and clear out the close angles as Jason R takes down Emag. And well, Zuzi nearly gets the kill, dinks him out, but Jason R cleaning up towards the B site quite easily. Complexity, very, very quick anti-eco once again. They're just rolling ahead with these easy rounds and they're slowing down the buy rounds and making it work in their favor. Winterfox can't force up in this one. They're going to have to buy pistols once again.
Yeah, it's really, really becoming a tough situation now for Winterfox. They're basically going to need to win out the half from here, or maybe drop one more round after this for them to have, much to play with in the second half. But Complexity, you said that they were going to be probably favoured a little bit here on Cache. It's certainly seeming like it's going to be that way, and their T side so far has really looked almost flawless.
Yeah, just some... I mean, they're anti-ecos. Just the fact that they don't drop many weapons, that they're taking the aim deals, is just working in their favor. And Death, great crossfire, but it's not going to work out this time. Emag's only able to get one before Jason R goes for the double kill. Spots out some early information. Surreal, though, loses his life, as well as the AK-47, and you can just see Zuzi's got a lot of work to do, trying to lock down the A site. Desi's out on it, though, and APOC, if he finds his kill, means that all of a sudden, a 2-on-2, Jason R with 3 kills by himself. B side's cracked open, but Winterfox now with a real chance to, at the very least, try to win this eco.
Yeah, they have 2 AKs in their hand. And you're down 1 and 5, it's absolutely something that needs to go the way of Winterfox right now if they're to come back into the first half. Admittedly, I know it would be an eco round win, but to be able to get that sort of swing of momentum going in your favor, it would be so great for Winterfox, but Complexity do close it out. Admittedly, quite a good eco for Winterfox there, taking 4 guns out of the hands of Complexity, but what they need right now is rounds. They don't need good eco rounds.
It's just difficult at the moment, where Android and Jason are going 15 kills and 11 kills already after 7 rounds. That's just ridiculous. Jason R, he's come in, and we just go, no, we're not expecting too much out of Jason R. I know he's good, but I never expect him to just go, yep, I'm just going to tap heads, 1, 2, 3, 4, kill everyone, I'm untouchable. So that's just really, I guess, great to see from Complexity. Maybe this is what they needed in terms of their overall lineup for their roster. Raz getting a little bit aggressive. This is what we wanted to see from Winterfox. At the very least, trying to change things up with the AWP. He also gets out alive without taking a single point of damage. And Complexity already losing Desi. And there's a flashbang, means APOC can try to get a little bit aggressive, but Def was ready for it behind the A main box, which means it's a 1-for-1 trade ultimately, and Winterfox none the better for it.
Overall, though, things now starting to slightly favor Complexity, as we do see Jason R picking up Imagine. And the other good thing here for Complexity is that Winterfox haven't been able to afford too many utilities in this round. You can see now they're just down to that single Molotov and flash on Ofnu, and Complexity should have a relatively easy time of just getting into these bomb sites. I mean, they've got a couple of Molotovs. They can sort of restrict the movement of the CTs a little bit. They've got some flashbangs to work with here as well. But Winterfox, they just don't have anything to counter that.
Oh, there's a cross smoke towards Forklift. There is Zuzi, though, playing close Forklift. And only one person out, but Dev still gets the kill. Raz, so much work for him to do with the AWP. He knows that potentially it's only one out, and Dev spotted him out. Pressure now placed on towards Raz, trying to stay alive, but the bomb makes its way towards B side. Offnu, he might be able to go huge here. We'll spot out Jason R. That's one headshot. Android coming across for the trade. He's a little bit sharper. Also gets the counter return. And, well, Raz just might need to save this AWP. Just needs to sprint away.
Yeah, I think this is too little too late, really, for him to do much about it. And the way that Winterfox's economy is looking, it's obviously going to be super, super helpful to have an AWP in the hands next round. Although, in saying that, I don't think that the AWP has been particularly effective here for Winterfox. Raz has got maybe like 2 or 3 frags with it.
Well, he was able to get the first entry kill. Pushing Squeaky, getting the first entry. It looked good, but then Winterfox lost control of B side. Imagine trying to take, an off-timing duel against Jason R. But Jason R's just on fire at the moment, able to just make the first one-on-ones work in his favor. Now, spotting for information, Raz is at the very least able to take down Android. They know where he is, so Complexity want to throw bodies at this. They want to take this gun off Raz. They don't want the AWP to be saved. It looks like Surreal not going to risk it. No point for him risking it.
Yeah, Def wasn't anywhere nearby, so that was the problem. Raz, that might have been a bit risky if there was someone watching that angle, but he survives, and Winterfox are going to force up behind that AWP.
They have to make this turnaround, so they need to... They do have an M4 to work with on APOC, but we saw him going aggressive, not working out. Complexity just able to hold the aggression and then slowly make their way into a site. So maybe Winterfox just have to play patient. Just have to play the 2-on-2. Don't give up any opportunities, as the AWP is just training its line down towards B main. And, well, Zeus is coming close alongside with Offnu. A couple of UMPs maybe pushing in towards mid, but Android's actually coming out alongside with Def, and they just instantly get the kills mid. It's gone a little bit wrong for Winterfox already. It just feels like there is nothing that Complexity...
Wow.
Oh, I was going to say, it just feels like there is nothing that Complexity can do wrong. Jason R just knowing what's happening. Well, Raz trying his best to hold on to the B side, but unfortunately, there's only one of him and too many of Complexity. APOC, though, at the very least, a 1-for-1. They know where he is, but it is still a clutchable situation. No more, though.
Not anymore. Surreal playing that one very, very well, making sure that APOC couldn't peek the Molotov line and just watching the other one. Easy peasy.
Complexity just storming ahead towards an 8-1 lead. Well, I was saying that I was feeling like it was a 1-1, but I thought Winterfox would be playing a lot better than this. They're just getting outclassed at the moment, out-dominated. Complexity just winning the aim deals easy like that. Coming together in crossfires, just working together as a unit, and it's paying dividends for them. You can see Jason R, he just comes out, just one taps towards that close position. He gets a headshot and he just strolls forward. Why not? Surreal goes on towards boost. Raz just caught in the open with his pants down. Easy kill. APOC towards A main. Boost is going to be spotted out.
Yeah.
Surreal's not going to miss
He's used
those.
that already once or twice this half, so Complexity very, very well aware of it. It did work out the first time, but this time, not quite.
It's just a stroll in the park at the moment for Complexity.
It is.
Just walking in.
Surreal's just having a good time. He's like, okay, I see player, I shoot player, we win round.
Yeah, often at the very least, getting one. Caught in the open, though. Can't get any more. Imagine, well, only with the UMP, was playing close towards B main, but now he's stuck really in the middle of nowhere, trying to find something, anything. But when you're stuck all the way down at tree and trying to shoot downtown with a UMP, it's not going to work out. And a pause being called. Surely this one's got to be a tactical pause for Winterfox to figure out what's going wrong.
Yeah, you would have to think so, and I hear the music, so I am suspecting that my suspicions maybe prove correct. But yeah, look, Winterfox, it is basically time for them to maybe have a bit of a timeout, as we can see here, and think about what do we need to change, or do we even need to change anything, or we just need to hit our shots a little bit better? Maybe it's just the aim duels that are going the way of the T's.
Yeah, I think it's that as well. Complexity has shown they're more than comfortable to go, all right, we're already up 9-1. We've got Jason R and Android who's just going, yeah, let's just go in and just book people left, right, and center. They're just getting these headshots, and now Surreal's also chiming in with the AWP. They're just gaining confidence. They just go, hang on, we're just going anywhere we want, and Winterfox aren't punishing it. Let's just keep doing it. Yep. Winterfox, you can see that they're desperately trying to hold on, but they're trying to play too aggressive and trying to hold on to the information as well as the bomb sites, and it's not working out for them. They're getting punished for playing aggressive, and even when they try to play defensively, it's just... Already they've played aggressive, they have too little members, and they just get taken out afterwards. Too many lines to watch, too little people.
Well, I think the economic situation as well is not really favouring Winterfox here. It's quite obvious to say that, but part of the reason I think that they have been playing so aggressively throughout this CT side is that they basically only had maybe one round that I can think of where they've actually had almost full utility. So they haven't been able to sit in those bomb sites and smoke off the chokes and Molotov off the chokes and counter flash the Ts when they've come in. So they have had to make those plays. And so far, you know, it's really not worked out all that much. One round on the board for Winterfox on the CT side of Cache. It's nowhere near enough. And it seems as though they are going to force back into this one. Triple UMP, double deagle.
Yeah, this is what I don't like seeing. I mean, Zuzi, sure, he'll be able to afford a basic M4, but if your buy rounds aren't really working out, you might as well try to opt to get as much utility as possible. Not try to go for, all right, let's just get, you know, UMPs with body armor, flashbang, even a kit. It just feels like they're maybe not on the same page. APOC and Raz, I mean, they're just going, all right, let's go for Deagles. I want the AWP. I want to make sure I have the M4 as well as utility. For Yellows is kind of going, hang on, what's going on? Zuzi, why do you only have 950 compared to the rest of them? They've already lost so many rounds.
Yep.
If they're lacking utility and losing rounds, why are they forcing up and trying to win these rounds where it just feels like Complexity should be able to take another easy victory? It just feels like it once again, because the Complexity so far has just been like, yo, just walk in.
Well, they haven't had any problems with the rifle, so why are they going to have problems with the UMPs and Deagles?
Exactly.
Like, not to mention, Winterfox can't really do anything to hold them off here, apart from shoot them.
Yeah, and, well, even Complexity just go, yeah, I mean, we know that Winterfox may be pushing us, so we'll just fall back out of territory. And Desi, well, he's going to be caught with his pants down just a little bit, so now Complexity coming out of mid. Maybe this is a round that Winterfox can turn around, because they've got the first pick, and they are slowly coming towards Raz, who's spotted out. Oh, unfortunately, Android's got his crosshairs trained on the line, and APOC gets one with a Desert Eagle, but Android just, you know, ducks down and goes, you can't really transfer your shot on towards my head like that.
Yeah.
And so it's up to Offnu and EMAG to try to retake the A bomb site. Imagine with the UMP, Offnu also with the UMP and a flashbang, and Molotov closer ready. But Offnu charging straight forward, Complexity ready and waiting, which is something I think we didn't see yesterday. There was a match on Cache where I think one of the members just charged in with a UMP and just got 2 kills. No one was watching the line. So good to see Complexity at the very least. They're playing basic, solid Counter-Strike. Protect your bomb carrier, make sure that the CTs can't play aggressive. And here's where the change-up has to happen. A double up for Winterfox, but Complexity already hit double digits.
That was obviously going to be a difficult round there for Winterfox, but it makes sense now that you can see that double AWP setup coming out. They obviously ecoed a little bit more on Raz and APOC, the other guys taking the UMPs, and they would have loved to have won the round, but with the loss, it still affords them enough to buy the double AWP setup. But do you feel as though this maybe is a little bit too late? Like, I know they haven't had the economy, but even if they win out from here, it's still only 10-5.
Oh, at least it's more serviceable rounds. If Complexity take this, well, then it's effectively over. Because Winterfox then, with double up, hasn't worked out. With buy rounds, it hasn't worked out.
Yep.
So Winterfox need rounds not only in terms of buffering space, they need it for confidence, as well as just the knowledge that they go, okay, we can go toe-to-toe. Complexity can be, you know, cooled down a little bit, and we can take these victories. But now Complexity just stacking over towards the B site. There is the AWP in the hands of Raz. He's sitting towards headshot. Offnu has the defensive utility as well in his hands, ready to, I guess, use them as soon as Raz makes contact. And you can see Offnu going for a pick, but he's going to be punished for it. It's off to Raz to try to hold this off now. He doesn't have any HE grenades on Molotov. Gets the first one to Desi. Molotov forcing it out of position, taking a little bit more damage. And what a shot on towards them. He's so low. Finally traded out by Surreal, but he's done, at the very least, equalize the situation. Zuzi also sneaking close through smoke grenade. Might be able to fan Android. So now 2-on-3. Surreal coming a little bit late. Jason R now finally getting the bomb plant down. Surreal's just trapped in the middle of no man's land, really. So it's Jason R to do the majority of the work. And, well, they can't even do it. Much better from Winterfox, getting the kills in their favor.
Yeah, that did look a little bit smoother for them. I was going to say that was a round which, again, they needed to win because they've been granted the opportunity. And they do this time manage to consolidate on it and pull it through. So it's still 2 rounds on the board now for Winterfox. It's not much, but at least it's something to perhaps build off. They will be able to take the double setup through to this round as well. Drop it over to Raz, of course. And the rebuys coming out from a couple of those players. Complexity, I think they'll be pretty pleased with how this has gone so far. Anyway, if they can get one more round, then excellent.
If they take one more round on this round, then effectively they've won the half. There is no money on the side of Winterfox to buy up. So Complexity, I think they know that the double AWP setup has come out, so they have to go for these smoke site executes. Winterfox, they show the tendency to kind of go, all right, we'll try to find the timing and try to see if we can grab a easy pick. Surreal dodges a grenade that was thrown towards him in boost. He's still trying to lock down the lines. APOC, what a tight line to be holding at A main. But that's a great line to be holding as well. If any members from Complexity peek into it, he's a dead man for sure. And Surreal gonna be flashing himself in. As well, defensive utility, as well as the aggressive utility, I could say, from Complexity, slowly being burnt out, but a lot of smoke still to work with. on both sides. A lot of Molotovs and incendiary grenades being worked with on both sides as well. Raz just trying to stop this mid aggression by himself.
And maybe not the greatest of ideas, because if he does go down, there's no one really to trade him out, but he's going to fall back up into the A bomb site. That's probably the right idea. And Complexity, they're given mid for free, but at least there's some information there for Raz. He'll know that they're in mid.
Yeah, Emac though, just playing back checkers. I really don't like seeing this out of Imagine, because he's been caught here before and he's been unable to make the aim deals work in his favor. A little bit of early damage towards Highway. Great HE grenades as well as now a couple of flashbangs and smokes. Def will be caught off guard, and a little bit of noise means Apoc's just going to use his incendiary grenade to stop the progression. But they are coming towards the B side instead. Emag, like I said, playing towards back and checkers will be punished. Complexity have been using these Molotovs to clear up the lines. Raz overstepping his mark. They lose on the offs, and Apoc does manage to get the trade, but they crack their way onto towards the B side. Zuzi and Apoc just need a save right now. There is, unless they can get the first pick, and that's a big if. Apoc switch out to the AK-47. Well, that's the first one. That's a critical one. If he finds this on to Jason R, could bring a chance, but down towards 3 HP. He won't be able to. Jason R just playing behind default. Rest of Complexity. They'll breathe a sigh of relief. They will try to reset the rest of the Winterfox economy, but I think Apoc and Zuzi will back off. They should back off.
Are they going to, though? Zuzi seems keen. The flashbang's coming into the side as well, and, well, that's the full HP player being taken down easily by Android. Apoc will take an AWP into his hands, and he just has to save this now. At least he got one trade, but it's never going to be enough, really, for a retake there.
Yeah, and it just, if he was able to get, he found the timing on towards Surreal. That was great. If he was also able to get a kill on Jason R, it would have mean the difference. I was about to say the deference, but he's still alive. But that would have been the difference between the two teams, and unfortunately was just unable to find the opportunity. We'll be able to take the AWP at the very least into the next round. I think Complexity will be able to call, you know, he saved the AWP.
Yeah.
But Complexity still forcing Winterfox into a terrible situation. They're forcing up behind this once again. They've got the AWP in the hands of Raz, but it's not worked out for them before. And even if they take this one, Complexity still with the advantage. Android and Jason are both looking to drop 20s in the first half. That's ridiculous. 2 people trying to drop 20s.
Yeah, well, they're well
in
on their way.
15 rounds.
They're well on their way to doing it, but only a couple rounds left to do it in. Complexity, they've looked so good here on Cache. Winterfox just have had nothing, really. Like, they've had that one round with the double AWP, which looked okay, and then, honestly, I can't even remember where the other round sprang from. That was the first gun round, I think, from memory, which wouldn't have been an excellent buy from Complexity. They would have had a UMP or something, but again, we're just going to be seeing Complexity walk out onto a bomb site, get kills, and get the bomb down. Now, I know Winterfox here haven't got a good buy, but it's they just need to be getting more kills. Like, they need to be at least looking like they've got something in this one.
Oh, Android are missing the spray a little bit on Raz. Raz able to get the second kill, but Emac, last man left standing. Here's the B-side anchor, so it means that he's going to be slowly rotating his way across in Complexity, just popping heads left, right, center. Android, the first member on his team to drop a 20. 21 kills on his T half. Jason R, he wants to drop the 20 as well. Rest of Complexity also chiming in with their cameo moments. I mean, Desi, Def, and Surreal, not, I guess, exceeding expectations like Android and Jason R have, but at the same time, doing work and slowly putting in the man hours.
Well, Winterfox is their last chance to get around here. 3 rounds would be not good. Would be better than 2, though. I mean, we've seen 5.7s and pistols work before, so let's not count them out too early here, but definitely the way the Complexity have been looking, it's really just basically over already.
Yeah, man, they're just looking dominating, and even with this flashbang being used, and as well as smoke maybe for Apoc to sneak through, he tries this every single time, and well, Complexity, they're waiting for this. Apoc, I think, tried the same thing about 4 times by now. And Complexity just go, no, it's not going to work out. Why are you trying again? No, it's not going to work out.
Nope.
And it's just easy aim deals afterwards.
Yeah.
Complexity 13-2 half.
I feel like a broken record at this stage every time I say a Complexity kill or a Complexity is coming into the round, getting tons of frags. It's not even trades at this point. They're just taking down Winterfox one by one. No worries at all. 13 on the board there to start off the first half for Complexity. I'm sure they're going to be able to close out the second half very, very soon, but we will find out after the ad break. 13-2. You can't ask for much more heading into the second half of Cache.
Oh, you could have. You could ask for 15-0.
Well, yeah.
Could have
much
asked.
of a muchness, though, really.
Yeah, true that.
It's always going to end with the same result. Complexity should win this run from here. I mean, it would be a fantastic comeback from Winterfox if they were able to do that, but
so many rounds they have to grind out.
They're going to have to, they're going to have to hope they've got something up their sleeve on the T side, because the CT side, it didn't seem to be something that they were particularly comfortable on.
Yeah, and well, Complexity, they do have I guess the kit play already dinked down towards 15. That's surreal. He was, I believe, peaking highway. You can see his blood splatters all across the white box. And now Jason are also taking a little bit of damage. A tit for tat, really, between the two of them. But Winterfox having members now slowly crawl over towards B side. There is Desi as well as Android on the bomb, on the crossfire as well, should I say. So rest of Complexity just maneuvering their players around, not really committing anywhere. Neither are Winterfox. As time is ticking away. Bomb has been left underneath boost. And well, Offner is probably just a lurk bait at this stage. If he's able to get a kill, this would be crucial. But if he isn't, well, that's pretty much going to be it.
I mean, he's already over towards this B site with, well, one player in the connector, I suppose, isn't really counted towards B site, but it is still a rotation for Complexity, but he won't get anything done. Doesn't look like there's going to be a rotate for Complexity there. In fact, it's actually going to be the wrong one, really, for Winterfox here. So they're going to get up to the A-bomb site very, very quickly, and Imagine gets dropped by Jason R, who's having a cracker of a game so far. Now APOC under pressure as well. Will go down to Android. Raz and Zuzi, though, able to trade back. 2 versus 3. Now 3 versus 1, sorry, is Zuzi the only one left alive. He will be able to pick up Def, but I think that's all said and done really here for Winterfox. I mean, they're going to need something of an amazing sort of a force buy. I guess they have to go this round. They can't really afford to allow it to go to the tiebreaker. They need to pick it up in this one, I think.
Yeah, that's really just the pressure at the moment that Complexity have applied all the way through the TFR. I was going to make a pun and just go Complexity. Sure, Complex might be in their name, but they haven't pulled out something amazing on the T side. It was just clinical Counter-Strike. It was just, all right, let's just trade each other out. Let's just go and get the kills working in favor. It wasn't like they just went, all right, we're going to do these 6 smoke and flashbangs.
Early on, it was kind of just, all right, we're going to trade out. Like, you could see Winterfox was getting some kills in those rounds. It wasn't always very close, but they were getting, 2 or 3 frags, and then Complexity was taking control. But towards the end of the half, it was just Complexity. Once they'd warmed up, once everything was flowing nicely, they were walking into bomb sites. Maybe once Winterfox was a little bit demoralized, everything just went the way of Complexity probably for the last maybe 3 or 4 rounds of that half. And it seems it's gone that way as well so far. In the second half, Jason are finding 2, Def finding 1 as well. It's just the same old story here. Complexity just wiping the floor, really, with Winterfox.
Well, I mean, Winterfox APOC has struck back. He's quite low, though. Wow, completely blinded out. Raz does manage to get the 1-for-1 trade afterwards, but he's by himself and stuck towards quad. And you can see 2 very hungry Complexity players just pushing him right now. Smoke does go out, or flashbang, and Android just pushes it. They don't really care even if they die.
Yeah.
It's 15-2 now. They're looking to end it 16-2.
And that would be a very, very convincing score.
I was expecting a much closer match.
So was I.
I think Winterfox just dropped the ball on the CT side, not able to get their trades working. Some positive signs for some of their players, but it's just not good enough overall. Just playing too aggressive, it just fed towards Complexity, who were more than happy to take the aim deals. And now match point, Complexity look in dominating position to close this out.
All right. Complexity, again, fairly similar setup to what they've been running. 2-1-2, obviously pretty standard. Winterfox as well, it's pretty much what they've been running. I mean, they've got a player over towards B who maybe was going to try and get something done, but it does look like now APOC starting to rotate back into warehouse.
When you just get killed,
what are you going to do, Like, what are you going to do?
What can you do is you're trying to set up for an execute. You're now coming in dry. And Def just goes, okay, Zuzi does manage to get the first kill on Jason R, but they're just coming in dry. And Def does turn away from the flashbang just a little bit too early, so Emag's allowed to push in and get the kill. So Winterfox 2-on-3. Bomb hasn't crossed to the site. APOC still trying to find this kill as both the Complexity members are rotating behind, as a matter of fact. APOC, he's taking the bomb back into them and taking the duel. He gets 1, but can't get the second. And it's all to Emag now. He shuts down Surreal. But the bomb has been lost towards A-main. Android knows this. Has spotted out Emag, and they're going for the 1-on-1. Emag gets the headshot. A bit of a lifeline for Winterfox.
Yeah.
But still.
Wasn't convincing at all, though. Like, I'm not really counting my chickens before they hatch here for Winterfox. Yes, it's 1 round on the board, but it seems as though Complexity's keen to just buy back into this one. I mean, it's not going to be a good buy. They've just got 1 AWP and a bunch of basically rubbish across the board there. But, like, you still feel as though they might even have a good chance at this one. Android with the AWP this time, interestingly enough. Given that Surreal was having such a good time with it on the first half, you would have thought maybe you put it in his hands. But it doesn't seem like that's the case. And now Winterfox, they're going to try and take advantage of this poor weapon buy, really, from Complexity. They have overrun Desi. He's dropped a UMP there. Now Jason are under pressure as well. And so far, Winterfox haven't lost a player as the kills keep flowing over to the T side.
Yeah, it's all up to Android now. He's got the AWP.
What?
Oh, they just line up for him. He gets blind, but he won't be getting any more, surely. Afternoon does shut it off. But Winterfox getting a couple of late rounds, really just consolidation rounds. If they do manage to come back from this, it'd be a severe misplay coming out from Complexity.
Oh, for
Or Winterfox has to play amazingly.
Yeah.
And so far,
Probably a
they
bit
have
of
not
both.
shown that tendency yet.
No. In Complexity, they will eco this one out. They have a lot of rounds to play with. They might even double eco just to 100% get everything that they could ever want. Maybe even double AWP set up, I don't know. Utilities across the board, everything. But it just feels as though it's a matter of time, really, for Complexity, and Winterfox is delaying the inevitable right now.
Well, Raz does manage to get the pick on towards Jason up, and Android pushing ever so closely up, trying to find this headshot on towards APOC. He is very, very low, and he knows this, and, well, Desi, they've got the surround, so APOC loses his life without barely doing any damage. They're actually coming back towards B main, but with the smoke that APOC threw earlier, it actually helps Complexity get out alive with an AK-47, so it's going to be a little bit disastrous. They are trying to go back towards B side, but with an AK there, this could just spell a little bit of a disaster.
Yeah, Desi, he can be the key man here for Complexity. Doesn't have any armor, so can't really afford to take a duel. He just needs to get that one-shot headshot or a spray down maybe from behind, something like that. But it's still something that Winterfox do need to be careful of, because an AK it can be the difference here between a win and a loss for Complexity.
Well, Desi's still dancing around. They know they're coming on towards the B side. Andrew's going to make contact, and Desi just waiting. He does manage to take down one. Zuzi does well to trade him out, though, so the AK now lost for the CT. It's a 3-on-3. Zuzi's been tagged down to 43, and Surreal, he's thinking about pushing through the smoke, decides not to. Waiting for the rest of his teammates to stack up, and I think they're all going to push in at the same time to try to catch the Tears off guard. Hopefully Winterfox have the guns ready and trained on the common lines, ready for anything to occur.
Oh.
But Zuzi already loses his life. And well, Offno on the site has a lot of work to do, and he will be able to do it. Much better from Winterfox. But it's still
It was only against
scary.
Eco, right? So can't really draw too many conclusions there for Winterfox. At least they're able to get a fairly decent anti-eco out of the way. But now the real work is going to begin, because Complexity have got full rifles. They've got decent amount of grenades there as well. Winterfox, they don't have any rounds to play with. Like, if they lose this one, it's over. You can't even take that small little note of hope, like, oh, you know, Winterfox, they have 1 or 2 rounds to play with here. They might be able to get something done, but that's not the case for them. And Complexity, they're going to have to deal with this, what looks to be an execute from Winterfox.
Yeah, already boosting one member immediately up. That's going to be Jason R on the boost, and Def not making any noise coming back down. There's the execute for getting Def. Makes noise towards Forklift, but still, there's no way Winterfox can come out yet. There is potentially a couple of members boosted out towards mid. You can see they're actually just pinching off Highway as well. So now Jason R in a lot of danger. Def just caught between 2 mines. He hears this, and well, Jason R is going to die immediately, and Def under so much pressure. Surely he can't live for any longer. Surrounded from both sides, eventually collapsed upon, but Cyril will be able to drop the bomb as well as
Oh, the bomb's in an awful spot there for Winterfox. Just dropped down in the middle of no man's land, but they do just sneak around the corner there. I think it was Zuzi that picked up the bomb. Great stuff from him, so quick on that. And now all down to Desi, 1 versus 3. The bomb down for Winterfox. Those guys on the A side, they really just needed to get 1 or 2 more frags there, and this would have been a round for Complexity, but not the case. They weren't able to hold it. It was a good execute from Winterfox. The split, it definitely worked. Raz with 3K in that round as well. So,
Winterfox showing some sign of life, which is good. This is going to be, before, if Complexity was able to shut this out 16-2, it would have just been, all right, Winterfox have nothing to work with, no momentum. They're going to be heavily demoralized. Now at the very least, starting to pick up rounds. They can start feeling a little bit better about themselves, going, look, we lost really early on, but now going on to our own map pick, we're going to make sure that we come firing, guns are blazing. And so far, Raz now starting to pick up the AWP kills. You know, Winterfox are making these rifle trades working out. That's good to see. But they have to be careful, because now the aggression coming out from the members of the CT side, they've actually got this fast control and depth. Oh my goodness. Depth won't go for the knife kill.
I wonder, like, how this would have turned out if Winterfox had have started off on the T side. Because it's definitely looking a little bit more comfortable for them here on the T side than the CT side. Now, admittedly, they may actually lose this eco now, or this anti-eco, because they've given up a player. They've got a gun in the hands of Complexity. But it's not the gun that they would have wanted. Android, though,
what a shot.
Does take down Offnu. So now 2-player advantage. Surreal finding another one, and another! And it looks like Winterfox, well, they're going to be dropping out there. Complexity sealing the deal on an eco round, and that is just another nail in the coffin for Winterfox. They really